Have you ever wished you could control your dreams? Fly through the sky, totally change the story, and pretty much become the master of your own little world while you're asleep? Well, what sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie is actually a real thing. It's a scientifically recognized state called lucid dreaming. And today, we're going to dive into the science behind it.
I mean, just imagine it for a second. Tonight, you could be soaring over massive mountains, having a chat with your favorite celebrity, or maybe even making that mountain disappear just by snapping your fingers. What would you do if someone handed you the remote control to your own dream world?
So this is what we're talking about, officially. Lucid dreaming is that amazing moment when you become aware that you're dreaming, while you're still in the dream. And as soon as that awareness clicks into place, this whole new world of possibility just opens right up. You go from just being a passive viewer, watching the movie, to being the director of the entire show.
So how on earth does this even work? It sounds impossible, right? Well, to really get it, we need to take a quick peek inside our own brains when we're asleep. It all starts in a really specific part of our sleep cycle.
This is the stage where our most memorable, most vivid, and honestly most bizarre dreams are made. Now, normally during REM sleep, our logical brain is pretty much switched off, and that's why, a cow flying through the sky might seem totally normal. But in a lucid dream, something absolutely incredible happens.
Okay, so check this out. This is the key difference. In a normal dream, your logical brain is mostly offline. But in a lucid dream, one super important part of your brain suddenly wakes up, the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain that handles self-awareness and conscious thought. The second it activates while the rest of your brain is still dreaming, you get that aha moment. You realize your surroundings aren't real. They're just a projection from your own mind.
Okay, so controlling your dreams is cool. We get it. But is it just for fun? Is it just a neat party trick? Not at all. The reason scientists are so fascinated by this is because lucid dreaming can be an incredibly powerful tool for personal growth, and even for therapy.
Think about it. For people who suffer from recurring nightmares, learning to become lucid is a total game changer. It allows them to face their fears head-on and literally change the ending of the dream. Imagine turning a scary monster into something, well, harmless. And beyond that, it's like having your own personal rehearsal space where you can practice skills, brainstorm creative problems, and even work through trauma in a totally controlled environment.
And here's the part that is just mind-blowing. The neural pathways that your brain activates when you, say, practice a tennis swing or play a song on the piano in a lucid dream, they're almost exactly the same ones that fire when you do it in real life. Your brain doesn't really know the difference.
And this is exactly why it's being used by so many different people. You've got athletes who visualize and perfect their moves. You have artists and musicians who can explore new ideas with absolutely no limits. And in therapy, it gives patients a safe space to process and overcome traumatic events.
Now, to become lucid, you kind of need a trigger. Luckily, the dream world has its own set of rules and, well, glitches. Little inconsistencies that can act as your secret signal that you're not in the real world anymore. Let's look at two of the most common ones.
First up, one of the most reliable signs has to do with checking the time. So, in your dream, try to find a clock or a watch. You'll probably find that the numbers are all jumbled, or maybe if you look away and then look back, the time has changed in some ridiculous way. This happens because the part of your brain that processes things like logic, language, and time is way less active when you're asleep, and that creates this perfect little telltale glitch.
All right, the next classic dream sign is your own reflection. If you get a chance in a dream, find a mirror and take a really good look at yourself.
A lot of the time, your reflection will be distorted or blurry or just plain weird. These little inconsistencies are like breadcrumbs that your subconscious leaves for you. They're the keys that can unlock lucidity. It's your brain's way of whispering, hey, this isn't real.
So, what do you think? Are you ready to try this for yourself? Let's get practical. Here are a few really simple but effective techniques you can start using tonight to try and have your very first lucid dream. This whole process is called a reality check. And it's simple. Several times during the day, just stop and genuinely ask yourself, am I dreaming right now? Then you do a little test. A classic one is to just look at your hands. In a dream, you might find you have 6 fingers or that your hands look all wavy and strange. The key here is to make this action so automatic that you eventually do it while you're dreaming, and that's what will trigger your awareness.
And here's one more really simple but powerful tip. As you're falling asleep tonight, set an intention. Just quietly repeat to yourself, I will know when I'm dreaming. Do it about 10 times.
This technique actually has a name. It's called mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, and it basically primes your brain to be on the lookout for all those dream signs we talked about.
You know, the world of our dreams is like this infinite library inside our own minds, and it's filled with our creativity, our fears, our deepest desires. Lucid dreaming basically hands you the key to that library. So, what do you think? Is exploring this inner world a remarkable new frontier for science? Or are we playing a risky game with our own subconscious? The adventure either way begins the moment you close your eyes.